So if you're at all curious as to what I have this microphone plugged into, it is this, which is the Zoom H4n Handy Recorder. Now, I originally got this a few years ago because there was a thing that happened at my job that I thought I might end up losing my job as a result of it. And so I got this because I was going to, the following Monday, start a podcast because, you know, that's what you do when you lose jobs these days, is you start podcasts, right? That's what normal people do, correct? So yeah, that's why I got this, and then I never took it out of the box because I didn't end up losing my job. So I recently, when I got this clip-on microphone, decided I would start using it, and so far it's working out pretty good. It has this handle so that I can put it in a mic stand, which I have off to the side here. The reason I got that particular handy recorder is because Chris Hardwick on the Nerdist podcast said that that's what he was using to record the Nerdist podcast at that time. I don't know if that's still the case. I'm sure they have much more advanced recording equipment now, but it works really well from what I've used it so far, and you can plug microphones into it and even guitars if you want to. It's a pretty neat little device, but that's not the point of this video, as most of my videos, the starting isn't the point of them. Actually, what is the point of this video? I don't know. We'll find out. Roll the thing. Hey guys, Sean here. So, joke's on you. There actually isn't a point to this video because it's going to be another stream of consciousness video. Now, why is that? Well, you see, it is currently Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, I am going to the headquarters of my company to do a game night. Every other Thursday they do a board game night, so I'm going to be going to that, and I won't have time to record a video then. And then on Friday I'm going to see Wonder Woman after work, so can't do it then either, so I need to do it tonight. And as you may have noticed, this video is number 49, which means next week's video is number 50. And what you may not know is that about 6 months ago, I made a little sort of promise that I don't think anyone picked up on. And that promise has led to what is essentially the most complicated video that I have made to date. And it is taking about 3 weeks from concept to completion. So I really hope you all watch that because it's going to be something pretty special. And I say you all as in the 2 views on this video. I hope you come back next week and watch next week's video. Most of my free time has been devoted to that video, and I can't work on it this weekend because I'm driving up to San Francisco for Kinda Funny Live 3. Now, I've mentioned Kinda Funny in previous videos. I'm pretty sure I mentioned them in episode number 9 because that's when I talked about Patreon, and the reason that I started the Patreon is because of Kinda Funny. And also, one of the reasons that I kind of started doing YouTube videos was because of Kinda Funny and the panel that I saw Greg Miller on last year at VidCon, which was all about asking your audience for money, which is where the Patreon thing came. And not only that, but in pretty much all of my videos, save for maybe 1 or 2, I wear only 2 different hats. I always wear either the VidCon hat or my Kinda Funny hat, and the Kinda Funny hat is the one that has the... Buddy just jumped into a box. That's what that sound was. I don't know if the microphone actually picked it up. Anyway, the Kinda Funny hat is the one that has the smiley face that has a slight smirk on it. If you look through the thumbnails of my previous videos, you will see it in at least 20 of them, if not more. So just a quick... As Buddy jumping out of the box. So just a quick refresh as to what Kinda Funny is. Kinda Funny is a YouTube channel and Twitch channel that was started by 4 former IGN employees, and basically they talk about video games and pop culture, and once a week they will release 2 different podcasts, and every morning on Twitch they will do a morning show, and once a year they will do a live show that has all sorts of craziness going on. They'll do live podcasts, they'll do crazy skits, they'll do performances, and like at the end of last year's Kinda Funny Live 2, Cisco came out, the Thong Song guy, and he performed, surprisingly enough, the Thong Song. I know, it was kind of shocking. You can actually watch Kinda Funny Live 2 on YouTube right now. They uploaded the whole thing to YouTube just about 3 months ago, and it's like 2 or 3 hours long. I can't exactly remember, but you can watch it. I'll link to it down there. When they first announced when tickets were going to go on sale, I was like, I can never go to that. It's in San Francisco. And then I was just curious, how long does it even take to drive to San Francisco? And then I looked and it's like, wow, it's only like 6 hours to drive to San Francisco from LA. I didn't even remotely realize that it is that short of time. I know 6 hours seems like a long time, but especially because Vegas is only 4 hours away, but still 6 hours in the long scheme of things, if you're staying there the night, isn't all that bad. So I was like, oh, awesome. Then I will go ahead and buy a ticket to Kinda Funny Live 3. And they have 2 different types of tickets. They have VIP tickets and they have general admission tickets. The VIP tickets have access to the balcony and you can sit in the balcony, and then the general admission are on the floor and it's standing room only on the floor. Now, I particularly did not want to do the standing room only on the floor, and I tried to get a VIP ticket, but they were sold out by the time I got around to being able to purchase a ticket. So I ended up getting a general admission ticket, but as the show got closer and closer and closer, I was like, I still want a VIP ticket. So I started checking the Kinda Funny forums, and a lot of people were like, turns out I can't actually make it to Kinda Funny Live, so I'm going to have to sell my VIP ticket. And I found this girl in Canada, and I ended up, after figuring out how exactly to get money from myself in California to some random girl in Canada, I ended up buying her VIP ticket from her. And so now I have a VIP ticket. So not only will I be able to sit in the balcony and actually sit for the whole thing, which is great, but then on Sunday I get to go to a VIP meet and greet with the Kinda Funny guys. Anyway, so when this video goes live at 8 o'clock on Saturday, that's actually when Kinda Funny Live 3 starts. So depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching it right as it's posting, then I am sitting in Kinda Funny Live 3 being greatly entertained. If you are watching it about 3 hours after that, I'm probably heading back to the hotel to sleep. And if you're watching it the next morning, I am heading to the VIP meet and greet. And if you're watching it the next afternoon or so, I am probably heading back to LA so that I can go to work on Monday. Of course, I will be documenting pretty much all of this, as I am now this person that does this. So you can look forward to that video. Will not be next week, it'll be the week after, because as I said, next week is number 50 and there is a very special video being made for that. So I actually went on a bit of a tangent just now, but it ended up leading to some pretty depressing stuff, so I decided to cut that stuff all out. I may post it someday, but most likely not, because really it was just getting a lot of stuff off my chest that I have just been building up inside about things going on in the world, and this really wasn't the place to put it out there. So let's see if we can think of something else to talk about. Maybe something more positive, huh? My Universal season pass expired. I don't know if I'll end up getting another one, although they're like only $127 for Southern California residents, so who knows? Next time that I want to go to Universal, I'll probably just end up buying one anyway, because that's, I mean, in comparison to the Disneyland annual pass, that is really quite cheap. You only have to go twice in order to pay it off. So I think I ended up going like 3 times at least with the one that I got, so it's something I'll probably end up getting eventually, not anytime soon, because we are getting into summer, and summer at Universal, I'm sure, is absolutely terrible. I'm sure summer at Disneyland is going to be absolutely terrible, but luckily, because we are starting to get into really busy times at work and conventions, then I won't actually have much time to go to Disneyland anyway. I mean, speaking of conventions, let's see. So this weekend, as I said, I'm going to Kinda Funny Live in San Francisco, and then next week there isn't anything. And then the following week is E3, which I am noticing I have completely wrong on my calendar, because I have it as the 14th, 15th, and 16th, when it's actually the, well, at least for me, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, because I have to basically work all of those days. And then the following week is VidCon. June is crazy when it comes to conventions because of that, because there is E3 and then VidCon. And then I found out the other day that TwitchCon, Twitch is a website where you can watch people. It started out as playing video games, and they're live streaming, and they'll interact with the audience, talking, like chatting, and all this. It's hard to explain if you haven't seen it. So that's basically what it is. And there's also artists and stuff, like you can watch people painting and interact with them and stuff. It's kind of the wave of the future, if you will. But anyway, TwitchCon, which is a convention put on by Twitch, is going to be at the Long Beach Convention Center this year in October, which I think I may have mentioned in in the Long Beach Comic-Con video, that I am within walking distance of the Long Beach Convention Center. So I really have no choice but to go to that. So that's another convention that's going to be added to the board. That makes it, what, 6 now? I make it sound like I'm not looking forward to it, but I really am looking forward to it. Although, unfortunately, the time of year that it falls under, I don't know that I'm going to be able to go to all 3 days of it. I might only be able to go to one. I mean, I'm definitely not expecting to be able to go to all 3 days of it, but I was at least hoping I'd be able to go to 2, but probably not, because of how busy I'm going to be at that time of year. Anyway, what time? It is, okay, so yeah, it's 11:24. So I need to cut that off here, because as I said, the next few nights I'm going to be doing stuff, and then Saturday morning heading straight off to San Francisco. So editing Sean won't have a lot of time to go ahead and edit this video, because unfortunately, when I'm at work, he can't edit the video because he lives inside me. All these Seans living inside me. If only there was some way to have some kind of team meeting with all of them, that would be really helpful. Ah well. So if you liked the crazy ramblings that I went through in this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to see more crazy ramblings or other bizarre, who knows even what it is, stuff that I do around here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to support crazy ramblings, crazy whatever it is that happens here, go ahead and hit up the Patreon. And with that, have a good however long it is until you watch my next video.